You also ate zero protein today. 0% protein today. I didn't eat, I didn't eat protein, no, ate amino acids. Every single plant food contains all 8 essential amino acids. Every single whole plant food. Bananas, all your essential amino acids in bananas. So if you eat enough calories, you get enough protein. There's not even a medical word for protein deficiency. But people still go, oh, you need your protein. You need your protein. You need your protein. Don't be a vegan because you won't get enough protein. So eat meat, drink milk, eat eggs, and take whey protein and egg protein and casein and albumin protein. And I was like, what the fuck? You'll be protein deficient hardly on the vegan diet. And the only reason why you're so lean is because you're so fucking fit. Oh, you also you're flying up the mountains. You're so fit, but you get a protein deficiency. So hang on, how can I ride up the mountains and win running races and stuff? Won over 30 running races last year. How can I do that if I'm protein deficient? I don't even use caffeine or EPO. How can I do that if I'm protein deficient? I don't even take a protein powder. I get all my protein from whole food. People are telling me they're drinking fucking whey protein, watching strength camp on steroids and stuff and going, you want to get enough protein, do you know? Like, you had 0% protein today on your diet. I got my whey protein from TMW. I got the shaker cup. Shaker. Come on, guys. Wake up.
Okay, so it might be cheaper to get protein on a vegan diet, but a lot of people are worried that these vegan protein sources also come with a lot of carbohydrates, like beans and quinoa, and we do see a lot of bodybuilders stick to lower carbohydrate diets, especially during competition time when they're trying to lose weight, with the idea being that too many carbohydrates can cause weight gain, or at least make it harder to lose weight. Well, first of all, the process by which carbohydrates are converted into fat is called de novo lipogenesis, and under normal circumstances, it doesn't ever really contribute to weight gain. In overfeeding experiments where subjects are fed a surplus of carbohydrate calories, de novo lipogenesis makes up a very small portion of surplus carbohydrate calories and a very small portion of total fat stored. So what's happening is these excess carbohydrate calories are suppressing the oxidation of fat, and thus fat storage increases. This, however, only happens when we significantly exceed our daily energy expenditure, so carbohydrates definitely aren't a fattening macronutrient. And in fact, when we compare carbohydrate to fat overfeeding, fat causes significantly more weight gain than carbohydrate does. This is partly due to the fact that fat is very efficiently stored into adipose tissue, so efficiently in fact that by performing an adipose tissue biopsy, you can determine the fat sources in one's diet. So if you're going to worry about any one macronutrient causing fat storage, it should be fat, not carbohydrate. Also keep in mind that carbohydrates are your body's preferred energy source, and excess carbohydrates get stored as glycogen, not fat. So especially if you're an active person, having a high percentage of your calories coming from carbohydrates won't make you fat. Now that's a lot of boring science, so let's take a look at some real world examples, and this is Kubila Samuel from Ghana in West Africa. He claims to be a natural bodybuilder, who knows, but regardless, the guy looks amazing, very muscular, and he's very lean and well-defined all year round. If you look through all of his Instagram photos, he never really puts on body fat. For those of you who still absolutely need low-carb, high-protein plant foods, I mentioned tofu and textured vegetable protein in my last video, and you can even follow low-carb vegan diets. If we're going by cost per pound, plant foods are far cheaper, and that goes for high-carbohydrate and high-protein foods as well. Tofu is less than half the cost of steak, nearly half the cost of ground beef, and is even cheaper than chicken breast per pound. And if you want to save even more money, dried beans cost less than $2 per pound, and high carb foods are even cheaper, with most grains costing at or below $1 per pound, and you can save even more by buying in bulk. But since different foods have different caloric densities, that might not be a fair comparison, so if we're comparing cost per calorie, plant foods still win. You can get a 50-pound bag of rice at Costco for $18, which will give you 59,000 calories. And these savings stay the same with high protein foods. A 25-pound bag of pinto beans costs around $14, which will give you 32,500 calories. If chicken breast costs an average of $3.39 per pound, that means you're spending $84.75 for 25 pounds of chicken breast, which will only give you 14,000 calories. Now, what about cost of protein per gram? As I know a lot of you watching are into weightlifting, saying, and protein is that magical sought-after macronutrient, well, you're paying on average less than 1 cent per gram of protein with dried beans, but you're spending 2.3 cents per gram of protein with chicken breasts. So you're saving more than double your money if we're talking cost per gram of protein. Textured vegetable protein, also known as TVP or soya chunks, is even cheaper. If you buy Bob's Red Mill TVP in bulk, it only costs $1.60 per pound. 1 pound of TVP gives you 226.8 grams of protein, which means the cost of TVP per gram of protein is 0.7 cents. So TVP is more protein dense than chicken, it is far cheaper per calorie, per pound, and per gram of protein, and it doesn't even contain any fat and has 0 cholesterol. Even if you weren't saving any money in the grocery store with these foods, you'd still be saving money on hospital bills. Heart surgery isn't cheap, and neither is diabetes medication or cancer treatment. You have absolutely no excuse to not adopt a plant-based diet. It is far cheaper. The people running our food and agriculture system don't give a fuck about the animals, they don't give a fuck about the environment, and they don't give a fuck about you. And if you're gonna keep giving me that excuse that veganism is just too expensive, well, you can suck my dick for protein. So start making some vegan gains.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.